Hundreds of protesters in Chicago and Springfield rallied outside state government buildings to demand Gov. J.B. Pritzker announce a plan to reopen Illinois and end his stay-at-home order.
The midday Friday demonstrations were the latest in a series of protests around the country against stay-at-home orders that are designed to slow the spread of the coronavirus. It follows a Sunday event during which a small group of protesters demonstrated outside the Illinois Capitol in Springfield, and it coincided with another demonstration planned in Springfield.
The protests came as a new executive order took effect Friday that extends the stay-at-home order through May 29, with some modifications, including a requirement that people over the age of 2 who are medically able to tolerate wearing a face covering do so when they are in public and can't follow social distancing guidance to stay 6 feet from others.
In Chicago, people waved American flags and held signs with slogans like "The cure is worse than the disease," as counter-protesters in vehicles drove by, honking horns and waving signs proclaiming, "Trump, Pence, greatest threat to humanity."
Cheryl Scott, 73, was in the plaza and carried a sign that said, "We demand Illinois reopens now."
"I think enough damage has been done to the economy," she said.
Scott said she believes the country needs to reach herd immunity.
Police officers lined bicycles on Clark and Randolph streets to keep the protesters contained at the Thompson Center. Some counter-protesters also gathered across the street.
Hundreds also rallied Friday afternoon in front of the Illinois Capitol in Springfield, packing the State House steps and crowding around the Abraham Lincoln statue in front of the Capitol. Some people overflowed onto the sidewalk and street.
2nd Street in front of the Capitol remained open to traffic, and many protesters honked in apparent shows of support of the protest as they passed.
Many of the protesters in both cities were not wearing masks or facial coverings.
Friday's gathering appeared to be the largest protest of the stay-at-home order in Springfield to date, with protesters wielding signs that read, "Freedom over fear," "Fire Pritzker," and "I don't give a damn how you do it in Chicago."
Some counterprotesters stood across the street from the Capitol wearing face masks and holding signs saying, "When you become sick after this, please call this number," and "I'm surrounded by COVIDiots." At least one held a sign identifying the holder as a nurse.
The Loop event was organized by Freedom Movement USA, which on its website describes itself as a group of like-minded Republican activists. The organization has held pro-President Donald Trump rallies in other parts of the state.